So recently I've been trying to learn all my rootless voicings, and it's a slug. And so this is how I think about my dominant 13 chords, or finding them at least, and just learning them and drilling them. I've been doing this for a little over a week, and it's slowly starting to make sense to me, so I thought I'd share this fun tip. So generally when we're making this chord is a C7, C, E, G, B flat. If I want to turn this into a C13, there's two inversions we're trying to get at. The first version is the 3, 13, flat 7, 9 inversion. So that's C13. Let's hear it again. C13, C7 with the roots, C13. I feel like it's a bit brighter. How I do this is I first think of framing the chord, because the ends of the chord are the 3 and the 9. So if you know your scales, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You really got to know your major scales in the number system before any of this makes sense. So once you do, you know that the 3 and the 9 are we'll call it the shells. So immediately when I think of putting together this inversion, the 3, starting with the 3, I grab the 3 and the 9, and then I think about the flat 7, B flat, which is something you just gotta know. I think the more basics you know, the faster this stuff becomes. So I've been learning a lot of my basics again, and this has helped a lot. So I grab the 3, 9, flat 7, and then I know the 13 is a half step below the flat 7. You can think of the 13 as a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another thing about this is the 6 is the relative minor of C. So C, the relative minor of C major is A minor. So when you think of the 13, think of the 6. When you think of the 6, think of the relative minor. It's a lot of concepts that are interrelated. So again, looking at the 3 inversion of the dominant 13, I grab the 3 and the 7, 3 and the 9. I know where the flat 7 is, because I'm legit. No, because I just know where the flat 7 is. And then half step below. Boom. So let's do this again. So if I'm looking for the F, right away I know third of F is A. My pinky lands on the G because that's the 2 of F. And then my 2 fingers are here. And I think that works. Yeah, so E flat is 7, D. So when you start to get used to this system, you kind of just grab things randomly and it starts to make more sense. And then you kind of hear it out if you're wrong. So again, I've only been doing this for a week. So always looking for better ways of doing it. Yes, I'm not even thinking here. I'm just kind of using my, I don't know, just instincts, I guess. And they sound all right. So that's the 3 inversion. And if you're wondering what I'm doing with the chords, I think one thing that I've learned when you're learning jazz is the circle of fifths, or going down a fourth, is kind of where it's kind of like your exercise playground. It's the place that helps you understand your harmony. And if you don't know about the circle of fifths, go look it up. It's really just how harmony moves. You can find better explanations, but really the first thing you have to learn here, I'm not covering it here, but when you're moving down a fourth, you go C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. I'm sure you've heard this in many songs. So I've been doing the circle of fifth exercise and just practicing different voicings for a long time, so now my left hand's kind of figured it out. So moving on to the B side inversion. So we talked about the first inversion, which is the 3, frame it on the 9, flat 7, and the 6. The other inversion that's common in rootless voicings is starting with the 7. So you flat 7, the 9, the 3, and the 6. So this one I thought is actually a bit easier to find on the keyboard, because how I think of it is when I'm making a C13, the root note C, I think of the flat 7, which is B flat, which is a full step down from the C. And then that's my flat 7. How do I find my 6? Well, it's actually half step from the 6. So I just frame up. I frame it. I say B flat's a 7, and I know beneath it is my 6, which is going to go to my pinky. So that's an A. And then the 2 and the 3 are pretty easy to find. So if I'm in C, 2 is D, and 3 is E. So I'm going to take that around. So I'm going to F. I know F7, flat 7 is E flat. And then I can see D is the 6, so I frame it. And then I'd find the 2 and the 3. There we go. Sorry, there we go. And then B, go to the flat 7, which is A flat, 2, 3, G. Okay, so I'll do the framing method. I'll go to E flat, I go to this flat 7. I go to E flat major. I go to the flat 7. I know that half a step down is the 6 or the 13. And then 2 and the 3 are here. So again, the more you know your major chords, I know that these are the chords that are in the major chords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a bit of intuition here that's happening that I can now kind of automate, which is nice because I think there's a lot of shit to learn. And doing this exercise is really helpful because you really think about the different note numbers in a chord. So let's go F sharp or G flat. I know E is the flat 7 because it's a full step. And then that's going to be E flat will be my 13. And that'll be my flat 7 inversion, or the B side inversion. So that's my, I guess, my tutorial for myself. And this is how I teach myself. I talk to myself, and thought I'd make a video this time. Yeah, that's it.